Hello, hello, hello. I am so happy to welcome you to my Power Me Up training, where I hope to inspire, transform, and equip you for the journey to quantum leap yourself. And today I'm really excited to talk to you about why your manifesting probably isn't working. And if you're interested in that and what manifesting your success in your business or in your life, your health, your body, whatever, you have to kind of understand how things work and how you are probably sabotaging the results that you're getting. But before we get started, let me introduce myself. I'm Bambi Thompson. I'm an occupational therapist who went wildly woo, and I work now as a success coach, confidence coach, manifesting coach for entrepreneurial women who have kind of gotten burned out, bummed out, blocked on their success journey. And I help them revolutionize themselves from the inside out so that they can achieve their goals with more ease, more speed, more joy. I teach them how to transform their relationship with money and their money mindset. And I teach them how to manifest using the law of attraction and to rewire their brain so that it is supporting their success versus sabotaging their success. So, manifesting, big, big topic for me. I talk about it all the time. Everything is energy. And once you understand how your brain and body work energetically, as well as how this universe works energetically, it will really impact the results that you can get when you're working on your your manifesting strategies. So there's Reagan Hillray, I think is her name. I don't know. Last name, I glitch it up a lot. But anyway, she's a really expert manifesting person. And she talks about two kinds of manifesting. And I have done them both, and I can tell you that one works and one doesn't work. So she talks about what most of us are doing. 98% of us are doing what is called, what she refers to as controlled manifesting. So, have you ever tried to manifest something and you had tons of expectations around what it was going to look like, when it was going to come, who was going to bring it, blah, blah, blah. And you have all of these things going on in your head about, I like to think of them as constraints. It's like you're putting all these constraints on the universe and God and source, telling it has to come this way, and you have all these expectations of it has to come this way, and unless it comes this way it's not working, right? So that's controlled manifesting. That's where you're trying to control all of the different pieces of it. I've done that where I had expectations of time, of how long it was something was going to take, a lot of judgment around that, a lot of judgment around myself when things didn't manifest in the time that I thought that it would manifest in. And so put a yes in the comments if you've been a controlled manifester or controlling manifester where you really have a lot of expectations around what it looks like, tastes like, feels like, all the things, the time. Put a yes in the comments if that's you. Now, there is a different way. There is surrendered manifesting, and this is Reagan Hillray's verbiage. Surrendered manifesting, and this is really what I teach my entrepreneurial woman, is to get clear on what the end game is. Now, this is what I do. Rather than focus on the how, we don't want to get into the how. Like so often, the how is what glitches up our frequency. And so we want to stay away from the how. So, surrendered manifesting is where I like to teach my women to get an end game or an end scene and focus on that. So, like, you're here, you want something, and over here is what you want. And what will happen after you have it? Like, what is something that can only happen once you've achieved that manifestation or that goal, right? Over here is that end scene thing. So rather than focusing on the actual like goal, I like to focus on what's going to happen. Now, the thing that I classically talk about all the time is that when I hit a certain income benchmark with my business, my reward is that I'm going to surprise my husband with, he's probably heard me say this so many times as he's in the, downstairs as I'm doing my live streams or whatever. So it probably won't be a surprise, but the surprise is that I'm going to hand him tickets to a bareboat charter of a catamaran in the Caribbean, where sailors, he loves catamarans. He's always wanted to have an experience on a catamaran. So that end scene is what I focus on. Now, that end scene is full of juicy energy, passionate, like excitement and pride and just all kinds of wonderful feelings, right? So I don't focus on the actual goal. Like if I focus on the getting to those revenue goals, I get all into the how of how to build my business. Now, I've done that for years and years, the how of how to build my business. And the results have kind of sucked, to be honest. Let me know, put a yes in the comments if you've had these, these things that you're trying to manifest in your business and you've always been focusing kind of on the steps you have to take to get there, and the results have been less than exciting for you. Put a yes in the comments if that's been your experience. So what I have found works and moves things along is the 80-20 rule. I do 80% of mindset, 80% energy work, 80% visioning the end scene, right? Not the actual goal, but the end scene of what will happen can only happen when I hit that goal. Then 20% is very strategic, targeted, and inspired, hopefully, action. That formula, the 80-20 rule, is something that I teach my clients. It's like 80% of our success is the inner game, 80% is the energy, 80% is the visioning and the belief restructuring. 20% of the formula is the action taking. You cannot just sit on your whoopee cushion and visualize all day. That's not going to work for you. Okay. But if you are really clear on what you want to experience, what that end scene is, and how that feels, and then before you take action, you go to that feeling state, your actions are going to land on the target a lot closer to that, middle point, the winning, the winning point there, than if you just randomly work your ass off taking action all the time. It's like you're here, you're there, you're working harder, 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 harder. Don't work harder. Why? Because it starts to build a pattern of goal trauma if you don't hit your goal. Work strategically, but with a bigger emphasis on the mindset work, that inner game work, your identity. What is your identity? Are you identifying as a successful entrepreneur? Or are you identifying as a struggling entrepreneur? Where do you land with that? Identity is part of the importance of making your manifesting work better. So when I started to work on my belief around myself, I found that creating words or labels for the parts of me was very, very helpful. So part of the solution to support your manifesting is to create identities for yourself that you can step into, and to have parts of your day where you embody the person. So my morning time block is my warrior athlete time block. That's where I'm doing my workout, I'm doing, all the things for my body. I'm eating well, I'm working on my strength, my cardio, my flexibility, right? So I have a time block and I call it warrior athlete. Okay, I know. Right now, I am a warrior athlete. Therefore, I do my workout. Excuse me, I have hiccups before 9 o'clock in the morning. So I will state my goal as my identity. I am a warrior athlete. Therefore, I blank and then the behavior, the action, the habit. All right. So step one to getting your manifesting to work better is to start to rewire your identity. And your identity is multifaceted. I am a warrior athlete. I am a strategic CEO. I am a visibility maven. All right. Visibility maven right now. This is my time block. I'm here. I'm doing my visibility, my social media, right? My time block on my calendar is visibility maven. Okay. Right now, like I just spent the last half hour for my team approving a variety of posts and doing the copy for the posts, right? That's my visibility maven. And if I'm a visibility maven, that means that I am strategic in how I show up and serve you. When I am a strategic implementer, that's one of my identities. That's where I'm doing my studying. I'm in a course right now. I'm in a coaching program right now. And so the strategic implementer time block is when I go, I do my studies, and I fucking implement what I'm learning. Put a yes in the comments if you have studied and studied and studied and studied some more and grabbed another course and took another freebie and did another thing and you didn't implement squat or very little. You probably implemented, I'm guessing, for the first 2 or 3 days. And then the old you came back in. That's because you didn't create an identity for yourself. And then to create the action, to state the action. So my time block for when I do my studies is strategic implementer. And I say, I'm a strategic implementer. Therefore, I study for an hour and I implement for an hour by 3 o'clock. Okay. I'm putting parameters on my behavior because I want to create these habits. So, step number one to making your manifesting work better is start to give yourself identities that you step into. And those identities, if I'm a strategic implementer, that's going to determine how I think. That's going to determine my self talk. That's going to determine my perceptions, right? So these things are very important. Now, so that's step number one, identity. Step number two is our manifesting gets weird because we are carrying fear, insecurity, doubt, second guessing, all of that stuff, right? So, one of the things that I'm going to be doing tomorrow in my Rebel CEO Blueprint program, we're going to be talking about surrendered manifestation. And we're also going to be talking about how do we align our energy for the success of our manifestations, our goals, the things that we're focusing on. Okay. Now, one of the things that you have to do is you have to make sure that your energy, as in your vibrations, are clear because when they get glitchy, we feel anxious. We go into self doubt. We get into self criticism. We go into judgment. The way to keep your energy clear is to do your energy hygiene practices. So I teach a certain chakra clearing ritual. I teach a certain brain balancing protocol. And I teach a body balancing, harmonizing the frequencies in our body and getting everything working well together. Three things that I teach that my clients or my Rebel students will be learning tomorrow. So it's important for you to do your energy hygiene, because when your chakras are out of balance, we feel off kilter. We feel fucked up. When your brain is not balanced and your cortices aren't all talking to each other in a smooth, cohesive way, we feel anxiety. And when your energy body, the different systems in your energy body are not working cohesively, coherently, then we feel tired, we feel stressed, we feel pressure, we feel a lot of different things. So, energy hygiene is the second part of having your manifesting work better, because you want to have an identity that you will start to determine your thinking and everything, and then you want to make sure that your energy is clear. So if you have been someone who has been trying to manifest and your results are kind of all over the board, um, please reach out to me, and I'll put a link in the uh, copy below. What's that called? The caption or whatever. I'll put a link below, um, to book a call with me, a success session. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, like, well, what are your goals? What have you tried? What hasn't worked? And I'll be able to pinpoint for you specifically, what do you need to shift? What needs to change? And we can explore what I offer that might help you do that, or, refer you to somebody else that might be able to help you with that. But it's an opportunity for you to say, this is where I'm at. This is where I want to go. And I can't seem to get myself there. I'm an expert at teaching you how to train your brain, change your vibration, use your emotional state to amplify the energy of success so that things work smoother, things work faster, and things are more fun. So if you're interested in that, I will put the link below to be able to book a call with me. And I would love to help you, because manifesting is a magical thing. So, just a quick review. There is a controlled manifester, which you're trying to control everything. Your hands are on the wheel. You're white knuckling the shit out of your manifesting process. Your expectations, you got a lot of judgment, a lot of constraints, that the universe can't just show up and gift you something, usually way better than what you're trying to manifest. Or there's surrendered manifesting. And surrendered manifesting is where you look, you focus on what it is you want to what it is you want to achieve, and focus your attention on the end scene with all the feeling and the emotion of it. That then create some identities about who do you need to be to create that end scene. Embody those, talk about yourself, see yourself as those identities. And then the third thing is to do energy hygiene and make sure your chakras are aligned, your brain is aligned, your energy body is aligned and clear, because that's going to eradicate and dissolve the anxiety, the fear, the self-doubt, the frustration, all the stuff that glitches up your manifesting frequency. So thank you so much for your time. Your time is so valuable to me. And I hope that I've given you some food for thought. Put an aha in the comments below of something that you resonated with, that it was like, oh yeah, I'm a controlling manifester. Or, yeah, my energy hygiene sucks. I've got lots of glitchiness. I don't know how to balance my chakras. I don't know how to balance my brain cortices, all that stuff, whatever. Put an aha in the comments, because I love to hear from you, and I love to hear if this served you. And if you are feeling like you would like 2024 to be filled with more ease and flow, now, darling, is the time. to get yourself tuned up, turned on, and tuned into what it is that you want to create in 2024, and to get the toolbox built so that you launch yourself into 2024 rocking and rolling and ready to go. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you here again next Tuesday.